In my head, I'm like, no, first driver stole your food, my dear. Hey, welcome back. It's your girl, Cheyenne, and we're going out for a ride along today. It's Saturday. This morning, Naima had 2 soccer games. Good job, big girl. Good job. Trey did his karate belt test, so fingers crossed that he gets a blue tip. And now I'm out to go make some money. I got this order here from home, and when I came to pick it up, they did not have the order. They actually said that another driver picked up this order 10 minutes ago. So I don't know if the driver took the order or if the customer got the order. I really don't know. All I know is Skip said that they're gonna pay me for like my drive to the restaurant. We'll see what that boils down to be. I know right now it still shows full pay, but I know that it's gonna take a little bit just for it to adjust on their end. But let's see what else we can get done tonight. I'm hoping to be able to do this like straight, not having to go home. So can we make like $150 or $170? That would be great. It's quiet right now, but I'm hoping that we'll get like a good Instacart order that will, you know, pay really well. It's raining. So I am back at Baton Rouge, and I actually just called the customer to find out if she received the first order. She never received anything. I'll give you the story soon. Hopefully they have her order now. Hello. Oh, are you in the front?
Well, I'm on a break.
You're on a break? Okay. So I called the customer because I was like, hey, I just want to make sure. Did you even receive one order? Less much now, you're gonna receive 2 kind of thing? And she's like, no. So what they said is that the first driver made a mistake. And when you went, you were supposed to get the order. And I guess now you're getting it. And in my head, I'm like, no, first driver stole your food, my dear. They maybe told her the first driver made a mistake because they don't want to say the first driver stole your food. But we all know that first driver stole her food, and the restaurant did not get a reprint. So they're like, we're not making this twice. Who's gonna pay us 2 times? Because when I got there, the food was ready. In true A&W fashion, I had to wait when I went to go pick up that order. I swear, when I saw A&W, I was like, I'm sure I'm gonna have to wait. But then I didn't want to pick up the Pizza Hut because I was like, there's one of the drop-offs that's ridiculously close, and I don't know which one it is, right? Because you can't see the address. So luckily, I waited at A&W so that way the Pizza Hut food stayed in the warmer. All right, let's go Pizza Hut. Hopefully it's ready. And it was ready. I have it in the DoorDash bag. The customer lived around the corner, but I'm sure it's a situation where it's like a mom and like she can't leave the house or something, because it said in the notes, do not ring, do not knock, just leave it at the door. Just leave it at the door and leave. That's actually what it said. So I'm like, yeah, that's a mom that's either getting food for nap time or something or the other. So now I am, what is this guy doing? He reverses from a drive-thru, and instead of like focusing on what he's doing, he's like looking at me, looking at him. Get out the way. So now I'm gonna go pick up this order at Torino, and let's see what we'll get done. Good, you? Is that for Matthew? Uber Eats? Matthew. In true Bandiri fashion, I had to wait when I got to the restaurant. I was like, of course. She came and she's like, oh no, Skip, another 4 or 5 minutes. All right. I think I waited maybe like 8 minutes. It was almost 10. But it was a big order. It was 2 big bags. There was no way I was just gonna let that order go. So whatever, I waited for it. Hi, I have Frédéric for DoorDash. Ooh, I got a good hidden tip from this one. When I dropped it off, I was like, yay! Thank you very much, customer. And it was funny because on the doorbell, it says, doesn't work, please knock. So I knocked, but then nobody answered, and I was like, oh man. So then I knocked again, but a little harder, and I was about to call, and then a guy came to the door, and he had like a baby onesie on his shoulder. He looked completely like, it looks like dad is with baby, and it's just not going the greatest. He's like, I'm so sorry. He's like, come on in. I'm like, no, it's okay. So then I gave him the bag. He's like, oh, is it paid for already? I'm like, yeah, everything is taken care of. He's like, okay, thank you. And then I saw the hidden tip. I was like, oh man, I wonder if mom's away. It was just so funny. It was funny to see.
Have fun! I'm okay!
Have you ever noticed that well, first of all, do you pick up at KFC? And if you pick up at KFC, do you get hidden tips at KFC? Because I've noticed anytime I pick up at KFC and it's like close to hidden tip indicator or whatever, I usually get a hidden tip. I don't know, are things at KFC expensive? I don't eat KFC, but are things at KFC expensive? So like when people do it based on tip, based on the percentage of their total, it ends up being something like a hidden tip. Hopefully this one here ends up being a hidden tip, because that would be great. You know what's funny? When I got this order, I was like, that name seems familiar. It's just pretty much like initials. So I was like, that name looks familiar. And yeah, when I went to go pick it up, they gave the customer, like, I guess a piece of cake or whatever, dessert or whatever. I forgot what it says on it. But it said, thank you for like ordering 50 times. Number one, that's insane. This guy ordered there 50 times. I mean, he must love the food there. But not only that, the fact that the restaurant actually acknowledges that says a whole different level on like customer service and what their clients mean to them. Like, that is amazing, because I'm sure there's a lot of restaurants out there that could do these small little things to help, like, you know, go a notch higher, and they don't do it. They really don't. And it's like these little things that customers appreciate and just makes them want to come back even more. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And for anybody out there that has a business, take note of this. Like, what is something that you can do to make your customer feel that much more appreciated? Whether it's like collecting their birthdays and sending them something on their birthday, or, you know, the first time that they made an order, celebrating the 1-year anniversary, or something like this, when they've made multiple orders, celebrating that. What is something that you can do that you can automate? I'm gonna start bringing this kind of conversation to this channel, because I love automation. I love marketing, and it's something that you can use in so many different businesses. So think about that. Any business owner out there. I just completely wasted my time at La Belle et la Bœuf. I swear that place just frustrates me. I get there, order's not ready. I'm like, okay. I'm waiting, scrolling on my phone, listening to the music, because one thing I can say, the DJ always plays really good music there. Listening to the music, jamming, my legs getting tired. I'm like shifting one leg. I look at the time, I'm like, I've been waiting here. The time says that it should have been ready 11 minutes ago. What? So I'm looking, no indication of the bag coming out. So I turn on Skip, because I'm like, this is ridiculous. It was busy tonight. Why am I standing here waiting for an $8 order? So I turn on Skip. Immediately I got this one. I'm like, I'm out of here. So I unassigned it. Let's go to Amir. See what's going on. I don't see any bags, so I don't think it's ready yet. So hopefully it'll be ready soon. Well, I just delivered close to home, so I just came home. But when I went to go pick up that order at McDonald's, they're like, we can't make the Grand Big Mac. So I'm like, okay. So they go, can you contact the customer to ask him if he wants something else or if he wants a refund? So I'm like, okay, why is it that you can't make the Grand Big Macs? So I can tell him. He didn't know. He had to ask. Okay. So she's like, because of the meat. I go, you have no more meat? They go, no, it's a special meat. So I'm like, it's a special meat? Okay. So it's a special meat, and that's why they couldn't make it. So I'm like, can you make a regular Big Mac? They're like, yeah. So I asked the customer, do you want a regular Big Mac instead? They're like, okay. So as I'm standing there, I'm like, but if it's just the size of the meat, can't they just make a regular Big Mac like they would make the Grand Big Mac? Because I'm looking at the picture that's popping up on their screen, and it just looks like there's bacon added to it. What else is different? And the customer wants it no pickles. How do you get a Big Mac with no pickles? Like, already, I don't do Big Macs, but if you're going to do a Big Mac, you're going to take pickles, no? Anywho, so I'm like, can you put bacon on the Big Mac that you're making for the customer? He's like, let me find out. They were able to put the bacon on the Big Mac. Like, what? Whatever. Dropped it off, and now I am done. I'm going to come back out here early tomorrow, most likely, to do hopefully some Instacart orders before I go to my cousin's birthday party. So hopefully that's what you will see coming up next. If not, I don't know what you're going to see coming up next.
That's all, folks.